Now, let's study about the managing the demand. So demand can be managed. Shift demand from high to low demand periods, decrease demand during peak demand periods, stimulate demand during low demand periods. Let's see how actually it is managed. Now, if you see, there are two strategies which are used to manage the demand and capacity. First is would involve adjusting capacity to match demand. This is called chasing demand. And second is altering demand to match available capacity, that is level capacity. So looking at the first one, that is adjusting capacity to match demand. So here, first extend the opening hours. Okay, this is not an option open to all service organizations. Only limited one can follow this. So it is likely to occur only when demand levels are regarded as particularly excessive, special season wise or special time wise, weekends we can say, okay, and we can say like holiday seasons, that can be done. Encourage employee to work hard, and this can be done because requirement is usually that of processing more customer per hour or per day. So although a mark of efficiency, service quality for customers may deteriorate. And next is cross-train employees. Okay, enables organizations to operate with fewer staff instead of being confined to handling few responsibility. Staffs are equipped to manage a variety of tasks and activity. So here can be cross-train can be done to the employees. So what happens here? It amounts to move in the direction of job enlargement, we can say, and some might say job enrichment also. So increasing employee motivation, satisfaction, and moral. So this can be done to cross-train employees. Next is recruiting part-time employees. That is one of the another option because it is very low cost and potential, and that can be achieved quickly. So organizations should, of course, ensure that part-time employees be given same support and encouragement as given to full-time staff also. So they will be encouraged and moral developed, and they are very motivated. And next is add facilities. So usually in the form table, chairs, or other equipment, just how much scope there is for this will depend on the initial configuration and layout design to communicate a specific atmosphere and a level of services. So this part fall under the tangibility, physical evidence part, and totally depend on the layout design for the services. And next is hire or share facilities or equipment. So big organization also go either they go for the hire basis or share facilities. So here additional physical space or vehicle required either on a temporary or recurring basis. So that can be done. So using customers as productive resource, that also can be done. So here up to this point, all attempts at adjusting capacity have involved manipulating internal resources and assets. That can be done. So in there, some have suggested that organization should regard customer as partial employees and make a contribution to productive capacity. Because some customers, or you can say, they go on adding their values and they give the suggestions and they act as in most important, if we educate them, they act as a part of employee kind of thing. Because they will come to know each and everything and they can develop the services and they can meet up the demand also. Next comes the outsourcing. So we have already studied this. For a small to medium sized organizations in particularly, calling on outside assistant is valuable option in trying to meet market demand. So for example, one particular season, there is a huge demand. So rather than purchasing or making it, it's better to go for an outsourcing one. So typical areas for outsourcing are technology and marketing support. This is most of the companies does. Okay, if a restaurant company is there, so marketing department. So if it's small in organization, so no need to go with own marketing department. They can go for outsourcing for a marketing support, digital marketing, you can say, or you can say Facebook marketing, social network marketing. They can go for it. And some technologies can also be outsourced. Employee recruitment can be given to any consultancy, and training and web development also can be done. So large organization also outsource the services. Now coming to the next is altering demand to match available capacity. That is the second one. So here we can go for manipulate the price. Okay, like we say it revenue management also, and we say yield management also, that we will see in the another topic. So here, the role of price is discourage too many customers from using the service during peak demand periods and encourage more customers to select off-peak periods. So this always happens. So on price alone, this strategy will only work if enough customers can be attracted by lower prices available during the low demand periods. So for example, if leisure seasons like cold and this time, this customer won't go for like resorts and all. So at that time, the more less prices can be attracted. They can go there. When there is a peak, then you have to charge high because there is an obviously there is a huge demand available. You can charge. For example, if you see Goa, so the charge is very increased at the time of December because of the New Year and the Christmas. Okay. So leisure, hospital, and transportation service would appear suited to this approach because when you are traveling weekends, ticket charges are high and weekdays ticket charges are very less. So same thing for example, festive season, Deepavali and ticket charges will be very high coming to the non-season. So next is offer a mobile service. For a number of reasons, consumers have welcomed the emergence of mobile services where the provider take the service to the customer rather than in addition to the customer having to visit the provider in some fixed location. So this can be done. New app can be developed. You can solve the problems rather than going to the place. For example, you say Airtel, you if you want to complain, no need to go to anything. You use an app. You can form a complaint. You can generate a ticket. You can get it solved. So libraries have used this approach for many years. The service being particularly valued by disabled and those living remote location. So service will be provided over there through over the mobile services. Okay. Next, communicating with customers. So here the provision of information as to when demand is or is likely to be high appears to be strategy not well adopted by service organization. So if you look at in particular for customers in our call center society, it can be especially frustrating. Okay, waiting is a feature of modern day society and will be addressed later in the chapter. We will see how waiting happens, how inline waiting line. We will study about this. Changing the service offer. So for the most organization, this is not an option. Okay, what they offer remains fixed. Where services with a sizable facility like hotels experience significant seasonal fluctuations, however, so action may take and encourage varied usage of facility when capacity is underutilized. So that can be done. For example, marriage purpose, marriage hall, that can blanket hall. So these all can be done for the especially for the restaurants.